This video is about a beautiful game with 2 amazing sacrifices in honor of Gotham chess and some big drama. You can jump directly to the game if you don't care about it. If not, do you know that there were 13 years in chess history where we had 2 world chess champions? Yes, it all started in 1993 when Short got the right to challenge Kasparov for the world champion title. The match was organized and both players accused FIDE of big corruption. And so they decided to say, and they created the Professional Chess Association. They played a match under this institution. FIDE response was the following: Kasparov is no longer world champion. Just remove this title. And they said, we will play a match between Karpov and Timman. They lost the semifinals and the finals of the candidates against Short. The winner was Karpov. So for the first time in chess history, I don't know if in other sports this happened, we had 2 world champions, Karpov for FIDE and Kasparov for PCA. The story didn't end here, because this beef lasted 13 years. They tried to solve the issues in the next years, but no success. In 1998, the FIDE changed the format. It looks quite a lot like the current World Cup, so a large event with lots of players. The matches are very short, maybe 1-2 classical games, and then there are rapid and blitz tie breaks. In 1998, when I was born, Karpov got the right to participate directly into the final, and he won the tournament. In 1999, FIDE said, no, you have to play the entire event like all the other players. And Karpov said, you know what? Goodbye, my friends. I'm not going to participate in this event. And Khalifman, our hero of the video of today, won the tournament, and it was the FIDE World Champion 1999. And now, let's jump into the game. The opening is a Queen's Gambit declined, and we have the Ragozin variation. The bishop is pinning this knight. Now white traded the pawn in the center and went for the counter pin. This knight cannot be moved because the queen behind is hanging. And now Grigory Serper with the black pieces goes wild. He's a grandmaster born in the former Soviet Union and currently living in the US. And he went with h6. And after bishop goes back, g5, forcing the bishop to move again, and now knight on e4. This is a very aggressive idea. After a very simple move like rook c1, black will go on with h5, forcing basically this pawn to move, because if not, the bishop will get trapped. And then the idea of black is to take and destroy the pawn structure of white. But Khalifman is a very strong player, and so immediately here after 8 move decides to sacrifice a pawn. Goes with the knight simply back, attacking this knight and forcing black to take and win a pawn. Now rook c1 attacking this bishop. This pawn cannot be taken because there is a fork. The bishop goes back, protecting this pawn that is attacked twice by the bishop and the rook. And now, was so surprising that white is not simply trying to win back the pawn, but simply develop. h4, trying to provoke pawn captures, because then this pawn will be really weak. But of course, black just pushed, and now simply going out with the pieces. Here, black had already to castle and give back the pawn, so let white capture here. Instead, black played the move bishop d7. The problem here is that now the white rook is sliding into these pawn dms, and the pawn cannot be defended. Queen e7 has been played, black king is ready to castle, long side or short side, and white simply castled, didn't even take the pawn back. Because if queen e6 trying to protect the pawn, here there is the strong e4, trying to open up the e-file where both queen and king are having not such a fun time. So in this position, black decided to reactivate the bishop that is on the side of the board, doing absolutely nothing. Bishop b4, attacking the rook takes the pawn, and the bishop is back. Now, a big question for you. The bishop would like to take here on g3. Do you let this happen? My first instinct would be absolutely not. This destroys the pawn structure, but that's why I'm not a world champion. In fact, Khalifman played the move knight c4, not just not caring about that, but saying, take that bishop. And the point is that this pawn structure is actually super solid. These are like the Swiss cards defending the Pope here, and there is no way to keep going attacking this king. Look at this bishop here, unfortunately is on the wrong squares. If the bishop would be on the dark square, then would be attacking the pawn on g3, but like this, not possible. And remember, real weaknesses are just those that can be exploited. So this pawn structure is not really weak. Black went on with the simple long castle, and now we have opposite side castling. And this means war. You need to attack. White is bringing the pieces. Black also tries to attack the rook with the queen. The rook simply move. Now king b8. This is a prophylactic move so that the king is protecting all 3 pawns. So it's not just the knight that is protecting the pawn on a7. Of course, this move was needed. The rook says hi to the queen and the queen says bye. Now king h2, a very comfy move. The king cannot be checked, so very solid. f5, the pawn is trying to kiss the rook and the rook says we can just be friends. h5, this move is quite enigmatic, but after rook b2 you understand the reason. Rook h6, black wants to use the 6th rank for the defense of this knight. And now get ready for the move d5. This is the beginning of all the beautiful things that we'll see in this game. The knight needs to move and black decided to go on e5, hoping for some trades. Here, if knight takes, it seems like white is winning. After queen takes, this bishop is hanging, but attention, there is a rook hanging. And this is exactly what black was hoping for. After the rook moves, black can try to trade even more pieces, trying to trade the rooks and hoping to hold this endgame. But Khalifman has another idea and decides to take on d7. Now, if queen takes, this is not good. Because it's true that you cannot take the knight because the queen would be hanging, but there is the move rook b5. This is the key to glory. The rook is attacking this pawn, plus this knight is still hanging, and it's not possible to defend both things. Reason why here black took back with the knight. And now this is the moment that we were waiting for. White sacrificed the rook! The king needs just to take, and now again, the other rook! There is no other way than taking the rook. Now the queen takes with check. The king cannot move forward. It's just to go on c8. And now, can you find the move? Is elegant, classing, amazing, forcing d6. The checkmate on c7 cannot be avoided. The only way would be rook takes c6, but this allows an amazing checkmate with the knight. I hope you enjoyed the beauty of the game of today. If yes, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.